Hey guys, Pete here. As of yesterday, we had 30 days until the new Twin Peaks comes out, and I was hoping for a brand new trailer with scenes from this new season, but we got instead this cool little trailer with what you need to know. So let's watch that and then I'll come back and break it down. If you've never seen the show or the movie Firewalk with Me, then there are spoilers in this. So if you're watching Twin Peaks for the first time right now, then you're going to want to come back and watch this after you finish the series and the movie.
Lucy, put Harry on the horn.
Sheriff, it's Pete Martell up at the mill.
Morning, Pete.
She's dead, wrapped in plastic.
Laura Palmer.
Is this about Laura? I'm afraid it is.
I didn't cry.
Diane, 11:30 a.m., February 24th. Entering the town of Twin Peaks.
Jacoby?
FBI. Right.
Agent Dale Cooper.
Let's see what he left us. Ring finger, under the nail. It's an R.
You gonna let me in on whatever the hell is going on here?
Sheriff, we got a lot to talk about. Take a look at this.
This is the diary of Laura Palmer.
Much of what I've been able to decipher supports the contention of the one-armed man, and there are repeated references to a Bob.
What does Bob want?
Bob requires a human host. He feeds on fear.
There is a place called the Black Lodge. There, you will meet your own shadow self.
Last night I had the strangest dream. I was in a red room with an old man sitting in a chair. Then I leaned over and whispered the secret in his ear.
My father killed me.
Did you kill Laura Palmer?
You've been a good vehicle, and I've enjoyed the ride. But I promise I will kill again! Cool.
So it's happening again. Twin Peaks Season 3 is going to be debuting on Showtime on May 21st. And this is exciting to me because I've been a fan of both David Lynch and Twin Peaks since I was a kid, basically. Now, I'm not going to get into spoilers at all. I'm just going to go off of what we have here. And if you've been paying attention to this, you know that they haven't really put any official stuff out to give us a great idea of what's going on. This trailer does, though, hint at some things, and while we won't be able to say for sure where Season 3 is going to go, I think this gives us something to start with. So what is this, actually? If there's nothing new other than a couple seconds of new footage of the forest at the end, so what can we learn from it? Here we have basically a synopsis of the main plot, and we have footage from both the TV series and Firewalk with Me, which is interesting. What we don't have is a lot of the characters and a lot of the quirky stuff that some people really liked when it comes to the Twin Peaks universe. In the clip, we see Pete Martell call in Laura's dead body. We get a look at Lucy, who works the desk, and Sheriff Harry Truman at the Sheriff's Department. And we also get a shot of Laura's corpse as they unwrap it from the plastic. We see more characters like Dr. Will Hayward, Andy the sheriff's deputy, Laura's father Leland Palmer, James who was seeing Laura on the side, and her best friend Donna Hayward. We see their reactions to finding out about Laura's death, and then we meet Agent Dale Cooper from the FBI who's heading into town to assist the Twin Peaks Sheriff's Department in investigating the Laura Palmer case. He's talking into his tape recorder and tells Diane that it is 11:30 a.m., February 24th, and that he is entering the town of Twin Peaks. According to the timeline, this is the same day that Laura's body washed up on the shore in 1989. We see Cooper meet Dr. Jacoby, who was Laura's psychiatrist, and David Lynch himself, who plays FBI Regional Bureau Chief Gordon Cole. Then we see Agent Cooper remove a small piece of paper with the letter R typed on it from beneath Laura's fingernail. We get a shot of Laura from Fire Walk with Me when she was still alive, and then we meet Mike, a.k.a. the One-Armed Man, a.k.a. Philip Michael Gerard, and Bob. Mike explains to us that Bob needs a human host, and we see that his current host is Leland Palmer as he looks in the mirror. Deputy Hawk explains that there is a place called the Black Lodge, and then he tells Cooper that he will meet his own shadow self there. Laura tells us that she had the strangest dream. She was in a red room with an old man sitting in a chair. She leaned over and whispered the secret in his ear that her father killed her. The old man is obviously Cooper, who had this dream way back in the beginning of season 1. The scenes here are going back and forth from both seasons of the show, actually, and Fire Walk with Me. After Laura talks about her dream that we saw in season 1, we see Cooper interrogating Bob/Leland, asking if he killed Laura from season 2. Bob, talking through Leland, says that he was a good vehicle and that he enjoyed the ride, indicating that he is leaving, but first he promises that he will kill again. We get a sequence where we see Ronette Pulaski, who was with Laura at the time she died, and then we get a cut of the character known as the Jumping Man from Fire Walk with Me. Also, we see Leland killing Jacques Renault, and then part of Leland's death scene when Bob finally leaves his body. Then we get the big cliffhanger from the end of season 2 that we've all been waiting for the last 27 years to find out what happened to. We see Agent Cooper after he returns from the waiting room or the Black Lodge, whichever interpretation you think is correct, and that he is now inhabited by Bob himself. We see a shot of him smashing his head against the mirror, and we see Bob in his reflection. After that, we get a couple shots of different characters that we hadn't seen previously in the trailer. We see Audrey, Bobby Briggs, Sarah Palmer, another shot of Leland, and that is pretty much the end, except for a short, like I said, a short news sequence, it looks like, at least at the end of The Woods. What stands out to me about this is it's definitely heavy on the Lynch side of things. The map to the lodge, the Jumping Man popping up, all of this stuff is more on the David Lynch side, in which it makes sense because he's going to be directing all 18 episodes and has said that it's like one big 18-part feature-length film. However, Mark Frost, who was one of the co-creators in the original series with David Lynch, has writing credits for the entire series as well. So it's not going to just be David Lynch's vision, but this does actually look like they're going to be picking up with the themes that were popular throughout Fire Walk with Me and the cut scenes that you got a couple years ago that sort of filled in more of the blanks. This is all perfectly exciting to me, but I wouldn't be surprised if we don't find another trailer that focuses more on the characters, since we know that most of them are coming back. Now, I'm going to do a separate video about who's coming back and who's not, because it's just too much to put into one video here. So let me know what you guys think about this, other than being disappointed that we still haven't got any actual scenes from the show yet. What do you think about this? I mean, are you happy with the way that this is sort of pointing the story? It's not that surprising. I mean, obviously, good Cooper is still inside the lodge or the waiting room, and Bob is in the other Cooper who came back to Twin Peaks. So there has to be something that we learn about that. But at the same time, were you hoping for more balance, or do you want to see more answers be revealed about the lodges and that aspect of the story? That's what I'm hoping for personally, but I still hear people say that ridiculous statements, in my opinion, of like, Fire Walk with Me wasn't good, or season 2 is terrible. I mean, season 2 had its bad points, but I still think that the last episode of season 2 is the best episode of Twin Peaks that there is. So, what do you think? Let me know in the comments. Please subscribe to my channel and check back soon. I will be doing more Twin Peaks videos in the lead up to the season 3 premiere. Let me know what kind of videos you'd like to see. And what was your favorite moment they brought back in this clip? For me, it was the Jumping Man. I know a lot of people were excited about that, but that was an intriguing character from the movie that we hadn't seen before. more. Would definitely be cool to see some more things like that. There are a ton of returning characters missing, though. We didn't see like Shelly or, of course, none of the new characters. Plus, there's just a bunch that we didn't see at all in this particular clip. So thanks for watching. I'll talk to you soon.